In a world awash in uncertainty.
Get off my back. I'm trying the best I can.
Wait, what?
Swamp Thing?
Yeah, I know Swamp Thing, but why did he not resurface?
Well, he hasn't been in movies for 20, 30 years now.
I'm pretty sure that means that they shift.
Two brave heroes take on all things action.
Hi guys, welcome to another edition of All Things Action. I'm Raiden, aka Ben, and this is
Dad, aka Aaron.
Hello, and welcome to All Things Action. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about science.
Okay.
Anything in general that you know.
Anything in general.
Anything, any
I
subject.
know a lot, and I know hardly nothing.
Well, just say something off of your mind right now.
Pluto is a planet.
No. Scientists actually agreed that Pluto was not a planet because of how small it was.
Yeah? Is it considered like a dwarf planet?
Yes.
Okay.
Like those little guys in movies. That's a dwarf.
Yeah.
And those Ewoks are like dwarfs. So it's a dwarf planet because it's smaller than any other planet in our solar system.
Okay. Awesome. Speaking of solar system, Avengers Infinity War,
Yes.
some of it takes place in space, right?
Yep.
Guess what?
What?
Infinity War, it's been out for like 11 days.
And it's already sold like $1 million.
It's already made $1 billion.
Oh my God! We were probably some of that $1 billion.
We were probably some of that $1 billion, yep.
But still, oh my God! How much does the Star Wars movies make?
Well, it's still trending behind Star Wars The Force Awakens, I think, or The Last Jedi, one of the two. But it's doing pretty well. So
It's doing
it has yet to open up in China.
China?
And so China's got a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they'll all want to come see the movie too.
Yeah, and plus there's like people can be Chinese, like immigrants.
Okay.
Like, well, their ancestors.
Yeah.
Can be immigrants come from China. Like,
Yeah.
So that maybe they're a little bit Chinese. So that could be one.
But unless they're in China,
Yeah.
that money wouldn't count.
Yeah.
It's not like they look at the people who go to the movies in America and go, oh, look, there's 18 million Chinese people and 18 million Hispanic people and 18 million white people. They don't do it like that. It's just if you're American, you're American, and you're in the domestic box office. And if you're in China, you're in the China box office, the foreign and international box office. So that's something to think about.
Yeah.
So Raiden wants to blindly walk us through things related to space today. How does space equate with all things action video cast?
Well, it doesn't matter because it's anything we want to talk about.
Okay.
Anything in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
So we can talk about like movies without spoiling it, or
Sure. Which we have.
which we have.
We've talked
done
about
that.
movies. We've talked about TV shows. We've talked about conspiracy theories. You guys did conspiracy theories one time.
Me and Maya did that.
Yeah. So have you had fun this first season?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, we have one more show after this planned, and then we're going to take a little bit of a hiatus as we're starting to get very busy with school things
And
soccer things. But yeah, we thought we'd give you a couple more. We'll try to make the last show something very special. You keep saying we need to have something big planned, so
Yeah.
I hope you have an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't think about it yet. But I still have a week to think about it.
Sure. Yeah. So what do you want to talk about today then as far as science goes? Any interesting facts that you found out recently that the world should know about?
Hmm.
And while you talk to them about it, I'm going to be looking online and seeing if I can find some interesting things. I know there's been some new companies launching rockets and things of that sort, so maybe I can bring that up for you. Why don't you tell them a little bit about something?
So, scientists have sent astronauts, well, satellites actually, to like take pictures of, I would say, Mercury, and they found out that it was actually mostly made of iron.
Yeah.
I don't think iron can melt that easily.
Yeah. Well, some can.
Some can, but not all.
Other ones won't. But so brand new, just off of the news yesterday, NASA launches InSight spacecraft to Mars to dig down deep. So we're actually going to start getting some information about Mars and its
Atmosphere?
not necessarily atmosphere, maybe more about like its topography. Yeah, its core maybe. I
What's
don't know if they'd actually dig
topography?
all the way down.
Probably not.
Topography is like the study of the land, you know,
Oh,
the study of the ground.
So like, if we could go to Venus, even though we couldn't, well, some if we had melt resistant like metal or something like that, maybe we could, because Venus is actually the hottest planet in our whole solar system.
Yeah. So just reading from usnews.com, this is off the AP. It says that the spacecraft will take more than 6 months to reach Mars, and it's going to start doing geological excavations, and they're going to travel. Obviously, the traveling distance between us and Mars is about 300 million miles.
Dang.
And they're gonna once they get there and they start the digging, they're gonna go down nearly 16 feet or 5 meters for anybody who's maybe watching this abroad, and they're gonna take the planet's temperature. So
Okay.
it's the first measure of Mars quakes using high-tech sinometer or seismometer, whatever it is, seismometer. That's what it is, seismometer.
Is that like a
And they're going to
thermometer?
place that directly. No, seismometer is basically taking vibrations.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
so Mars, it sounds like, has plate shifting as well. So they're actually going to try to deal with the earthquakes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So there's that. So that's pretty big news, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully they won't see a lot of action on Mars, as we've all been figuring that Mars doesn't have any kind of life or creatures we have to worry about, right?
I don't think we don't know that for sure.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
We don't know that for sure.
If there were aliens on Mars, what do you think they would look like?
Probably a mutant human that's like skinnier than us, because we have like, we are strong, you know, like we have mass. Wait, is that kind of what we mean? Anyways, like a skinnier without any like big huge muscles. That's what I'm trying to say. Muscles. Like, no big, huge muscles, like, because of how if you go into space too long, everything that you have worked on leg day and arm day will go No.
Why is that?
Because there's no gravity,
Yeah.
and I don't know, but that's one of the reasons, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah. What else?
So
You wanted to go hot and heavy on this.
now I think we should talk a little bit about not other planets that we could live on, but the gas giants.
The gas giants.
Yes.
So take us through the gas giants.
So
Grandpa, me, you, the gas giants.
so the big
Zing! Right over your head.
Okay, so the biggest gas giant and the most one that's the most interesting for me is probably Jupiter or Saturn.
So it's just a big ball of gas.
Yeah,
It's held in by an atmosphere.
Yeah, and it's also it might have like sand or something,
Okay.
and it might have like, and now it's going to go red because of how much there's like tornadoes, you could call it,
Okay. Or hurricanes.
or hurricanes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of spooky to think
and
that there's hurricanes on another planet.
Yeah, and on Jupiter there's a 300-year-old
Storm?
storm
Yeah.
going, and it has been there for 300 years.
Wow.
And it's still going.
Yeah.
That's
300 years, a storm that just continues to go 300 years, huh?
Yep.
That's kind of spooky. What about Saturn? Is Saturn a gas giant?
Yeah, because it's not in our place,
Right.
our asteroid belt or something like that.
Okay.
Asteroid belt.
Yeah.
So Saturn is probably the only one that has visible rings around it.
Right.
Those rings are actually made of ice
Yeah.
and rocks from space.
Wow. Just ice and rocks, that's it?
That's
So it's kind of dangerous to probably fly into one, right?
yeah.
So there was the probe last year that went around the rings of Saturn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
Yeah, and then it actually crashed into Saturn's orbit. Or
Why?
into the atmosphere.
Why?
Just because it would take too much time and
To
energy to try to get it back to Earth. I mean, Saturn's out there, you know.
yes, and plus you have to fly through the atmosphere or whatever asteroid belt, and it would probably an asteroid would just probably hit it and boom.
Right.
Boom.
It could. So, what's another gas giant?
This one is gonna sound funny to everybody watching.
Okay.
The gas giant. Well, you could say it two ways. Uranus or Uranus?
Uranus?
Uranus or Uranus?
Why do they call it Uranus?
I don't know, but if we want
Really, there's not a good way to say it because Uranus sounds like urine, so it's kind of like pee. And then Uranus sounds like
your butt.
yeah, your anus.
Yeah, like you're literally like talking about your butt in it.
Oh my.
Anyways.
Uranus.
That just put in Uranus.
Well, yeah. Don't we want to know some facts about Uranus?
I'm laughing so hard I
There was something online that said that Uranus probably doesn't smell good. It probably smells like rotten eggs because of what it's made up of. So What's wrong with you?
I just laughed too hard.
Yeah. So, what else? What do you know about the sun?
So, the sun is the hottest star, point blank.
Okay.
The sun is not a huge ball of fire. It's actually a nuclear ball, you could call it.
Right.
You know, like, because it's every planet has an core.
Mm-hmm.
And every star that you could say. Well, not every star. But our moon doesn't have a core because it's a moon.
Yeah.
Moons don't really have cores because it's not a... Well, it's kind of a star. But, like, planets like Earth, Venus,
Yeah.
Mercury.
So, would you like to hear about some facts about our solar system?
Sure.
So the solar
Lay it on
system.
me, Bo.
So according to whatever this web page is here, let's see, Space Facts says the solar system was formed approximately 4.6 billion years ago and consists of the sun, planets, dwarf planets, and other astronomical objects bound to its orbit. The formation was caused by a collapse of a giant molecular cloud, the mass at the center collecting to form the sun, and a flat disk of dust around it, which the planets and other bodies would eventually be formed from. 99.86% of the system's mass is found in the sun, and the majority of the remaining 0.14% is contained within the solar system's 8 planets.
So,
4 smaller inner planets, also known as terrestrial planets, which would be Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are primarily composed of rock and metal.
like
4 outer planets, known
Jupiter,
as the gas giants, like you were just
Jupiter,
talking about.
Everything.
So you said Jupiter, Saturn,
Uranus,
and Neptune are substantially larger and more massive than the inner planets. The 2 innermost gas giants, Jupiter and Saturn, are the larger of the 4 and are composed primarily of hydrogen and helium.
So Saturn is made of what we fill balloons with.
Yeah.
Helium is what we fill balloons with, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And hydrogen is a highly combustible gas. Helium is too, for that matter. And
what does that mean?
It can blow up.
Oh,
Yeah.
blow up.
Yeah, big old fireballs. The two outermost gas giants, Uranus and Neptune, are composed largely of icy, or of waters, which would consist of, or of ices, consisting of waters, ammonia, and methane, and are sometimes also referred to as the ice giants. And then other objects of note in the solar system are dwarf planets like Ceres, Pluto. Yeah.
I knew there was more than one.
Yeah, and other ones too. Obviously the moons, a lot of moons around Saturn, asteroids, and the asteroidal belt, the comets, and the Kepler belt. So those are just some quick facts for you guys. I don't know, man. It's pretty interesting that we live in a place that is so big and we're so small. I was thinking about that today when we were driving out to pick up Samaya, when you said, did you know that the United States used to be underwater?
Well, no, I said Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nebraska in the dinosaur era was underwater.
It's hard to believe that there's a planet where we're the only planet that we know of that has life.
And water. That's
Right.
not frozen.
But life, in general,
yeah.
you think about how many different species of things are on this planet. It's hard to believe that we're the only one out there.
Well, we think.
So maybe in your lifetime we'll find another planet that has other things on it,
Yeah.
and not just a single thing, but multiple things.
Like aliens.
Well, everything would be considered alien, right?
Yeah.
So if you found like something that looked kind of like a weird dog,
Or a
that
human.
would be an alien,
Or like a human dog.
right?
Well, that's
Even if you found just like a different kind of fly on a planet,
yeah.
that'd be an alien,
That
right?
would be an alien.
Probably hard to communicate with it though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you try?
Maybe.
Have you ever tried to communicate with a fly here?
No.
So what would make you think that you could
I don't
communicate
know.
with a fly on a different planet?
I don't know.
Well, those are things that we're going to have to think about as we, get more and more into finding different planets.
So
I know there's satellites that are going to be going up pretty soon that are going to have a better way of being able to see across the universe and the galaxy and, be able to see if there's anything else out there.
wait. Then who? I thought something was like someone invented a rocket that could only take 30 seconds to Mars. No, that's a band.
That is a band.
Dang
30
it.
Seconds to Mars, the band. So,
Well, there will be a call on Mars. I think.
well,
Or was
Elon Musk wanted to send that car to orbit Mars, but it sounds like they were off on their calculations, and so it's going to fly past Mars, and it's just going to keep going into outer space
Dang
to
it.
infinity. So we probably
Wow.
we'll never get to see the car flying around Mars. And it sounds like yeah. Yeah, only my kid would call Elon Musk stupid.
Well, if for that matter he is, but he's one.
He wasn't the one doing it.
Well, who
He's
was?
he's just the visionary.
Who was?
I don't know.
Well,
Probably some egghead.
well, then it's his fault that he had the vision of that. But it could actually happen if they calculated it right
Yeah.
for once.
Can you believe that you live in a day and age where someone attempted to make a car orbit a different planet?
I can't believe that, but it overshot. So
Yeah, well, there's still other times.
yeah, like in a few years, anyone could want to do that and try to calculate it, and maybe it could miss, or maybe it would fly around.
So there's been discussion about there's companies that want to make hotels in outer space. Would you ever think about, like, if you had the opportunity to stay at a hotel for a week in outer space, if you'd do it?
I maybe would,
Yeah.
and I'll say why. Because it would be cool to live in outer space for a week
Yeah.
instead of just living here for ever and ever.
Yeah.
I'm not actually like that.
Yeah. It'd be kind of neat, right? Or maybe it's something where they get you up there and then from there they shuttle you out to Mars.
Why?
Well, because I would think the hard part, there's going to be several hard parts to actually making a trip to Mars. But one of the biggest issues or obstacles is the actual takeoff from our planet to outer space,
I
right?
know.
The conditions have to be right.
Everything has to
There's
be right.
there's a chance that you might be on the one rocket that actually malfunctions, and then that's the end of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think once you got to outer space and you had a place that you could actually bunk for a week and kind of get used to, like, oh, this is what outer space is like.
Mm-hmm.
You get comfortable, and then they say, okay, Mr. Hogue, your rocket is ready. In 6 months or 5 months, we'll be in Mars. So you mentally prepare yourself in that 1 week to get ready, and you jump on the rocket, and the rocket takes off from the hotel, and then the next hard part comes, right?
Trying to
Landing on Mars, right?
yeah. And then
That's the one thing nobody has been able to do yet, right?
land.
Yeah, because we haven't sent anybody there.
No one. We
But maybe this probe that they're taking out to Mars, they're actually going to like hypothetically
get everything
figure out how to land it safely, right?
like that.
Yeah, like the Falcon Heavy,
What's that?
the rocket that goes up and they can reuse it because it comes back down, right?
Oh yeah,
Pretty
Falcon
incredible, right?
Yeah.
So say thank you, Elon Musk.
Thank you, Elon Musk. I never put that. I was saying he's stupid because he overshot the rocket. Well, he didn't, but his programmer did. That's why. But I hope now Elon Musk and his programmers can try to get another car to orbit Mars.
Maybe, yeah.
Try.
I think at this point, why not just go for
Human?
getting humans to do it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Pretty cool stuff, dude. We were able to kind of do a little over 20 some minutes just talking nonsense again, right?
Yeah.
So, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Like I said, one more video, and then we're gonna take a little break, and then we're gonna come back with season 2, sometime probably, I don't know, maybe the summertime, just because we'll probably have some extra free time. But we are going to shoot some episodic things. By episodic things, I mean, like, I don't know if it's going to be like a movie format or short stories or something that's, you know, like real short but there's a lot of them, or something that's real long but it's broken up into multi parts. I have a feeling that might be what it is. Maybe we'll try to like shoot an actual movie and we'll give them like 10-minute chapters.
Yeah.
You know? That'd be kind of cool, right?
Yeah. Picture of Pluto.
Okay. You've gone off the rails big time. You haven't even been listening to what I've been saying, have you?
No.
Okay.
I have a little bit though.
All right, Raiden, why don't you do the outro, and we'll see these guys next week.
For all things action, me, aka Raiden, aka Bear, and
You're botching it.
I can't do it.
Guys, thank you for watching All Things Action Videocast. For myself, Aaron, aka Dad, and my best friend,
Raiden, aka Bear.
thank you guys for watching. We will see you one last time next
Before
week.
season 2.
We don't know what we're going to be talking about. It may be actually a ride home from a soccer tournament. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows, right? All right, you ready to go?
Yep.
Bye, guys.